Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put the eyes in your Zokling. I'm going to demonstrate with one of the toe Zoklings. It'll come flattened this way. You want to turn it so that the seam is facing front. That seam is going to become the mouth of your Zokling. You can mark the eyes if you want to. Remember, if this is a mouth, kind of imagine where your eyes are going to be. Also remember that when you fill your Zokling with rice, it's going to stretch it out a little bit. So if you're worried about spacing, err on the side of making it just a tiny bit closer together than the finished Zokling will be. Although I can tell you that no matter where you put the eyes, it's going to look really cute. So the next thing you need to do is make a hole for the eye to go in. And I just use a knitting needle for that. You can use a chopstick. You can use even a sharpened pencil, although just be careful with the lead. And you're just going to put the chopstick or the knitting needle right on that point. And then you want to work it through. And I like to flip it over so I can see and make sure that I'm not tearing any of the fibers if I can get away with it. Sometimes some will pop, but I'm just going to slowly work that needle up in there. Ideally, you'd like to do this without popping any of those threads if you can. That's going to be the strongest way you can do it. And it might take a little bit of fussing, but you can do that. So just work it in there slowly. And then you need to get an eye. So I have these safety eyes. They're really nice. Once you get them in place, though, there is no removing them. So you're going to put a little felt circle, and your kit will come with the circles. You're going to put the shank of the eye through the felt circle first. Just work it up there. So now you have a nice little pupil, a nice iris around your eye. And this is the lock washer that's going to go on the inside, and it's got a flat inside with little, I don't know if you can see them, but there are like little teeth around the edges to help it grab the fabric. And then on the top side, it bumps out a little bit. So when you put it together, you're going to put it in this way with the flat side where the little teeth are up against the fabric. So what you're going to do is take out your knitting needle, put in the safety eye, and just carefully work it on there. And I'm making sure that it goes all the way up. Flip it over and make sure you're not getting any of the fibers trapped on the threads. Especially with a knit fabric of a sock, it's really easy for them to get trapped on there. And then you just put your washer on and really push it down. It's going to snap over all of those little ridges, and you just want to make sure you have it on there as tightly as possible. And that is one eye attached. And you'll just do that for the second eye. I want to show you one thing about placement on the heel pieces. The toe, it's very easy because the seam becomes the mouth, so it's really easy to see where the eyes go. It's a little less easy when you're working with the heel. What I like to do is put the eyes, you can put them up high or down low, but I like to put them kind of right through the center of this football shape. So if I'm going to mark it with a pen, which I sometimes do ahead of time, I'm going to put them right on the center so that sometimes there's even a line, a little bit of a seam there. But I want to put them right in the middle, and that I find gives me fairly consistent results for making them look like they're looking straight ahead. So they're looking at you. So that's it. Those safety eyes are really, really easy to use. The one thing you want to be sure of is when you're using a knitting needle or whatever you're using to make that hole, do your best, go slowly and carefully, and try not to pop any of those threads. The bigger hole you make for the eye to go in, the bigger your chances of that hole eventually tearing or enlarging, and the eye will then disappear inside the Zokling if it's played with really exuberantly. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. I'll see you next time.